Good morning, Kipsters. It is me, Miss Coates here, super excited to bring you another read aloud on today. I must admit that you guys are just blowing me away with all of your hard work, all your perseverance, just some of your amazing comments that you leave on the work, and just seeing you guys say hello, seeing the pictures you send to your teachers. We truly, truly love it, and we see all of them. We see everybody doing everything, and we absolutely love it. All right, guys, you know what to do now. So sit back, relax, and let's enjoy our read aloud on this morning. The title of our story is called Curlilocks and the Big Bad Hairbrush. Once there was a little girl with super curly hair named Curlilocks. She lived with her family in a tiny town next to the tallest forest. Now, Curlilocks had a large family. There were lots of aunties and uncles and cousins. Friday was Auntie Day. That morning, Daddy baked a pie for each of Curlilocks' three aunties. Auntie Lizzie adored sweet potato pie. Auntie Birdie loved blackberry pie. And Auntie Adele fancied savory chicken pot pie. Curlilocks, here are the pies for your aunties. Savory or sweet. The aunties love their treats. Make sure to bring each auntie the whole pie, said Daddy. Curlilocks plopped the pies into her red rackin and packed her bag with her favorite dream jar, a butterfly net, and her hairbrush. She and the little red wagon bounced along the path to Auntie Lizzie's. Curlilocks saw bright orange daisies growing around an old tree stump. Those orange daisies will be lovely next to the sweet potato pie. She picked the flowers and dropped them into the wagon. As she got closer to Auntie Lizzie's pink house, she took a quick peek at the flowers in the sweet potato pie. Curlilocks was anxious to try just a tiny piece. Surely, a small morsel from the center would not be missed. Curlilocks reached for the pie. Suddenly she heard, "Savory or sweet, the aunties love their treats. But if you eat that pie, the aunties will ask you why." Curlilocks looked around and saw her hairbrush. She answered, "Oh, please hush, you big bad hairbrush." She quickly gobbled a tiny piece of pie and then knocked on Auntie Lizzie's door. "Here's your sweet potato pie, Auntie Lizzie," said Curlilocks. "Daddy made the whole pie just for you." "Thank you," said Auntie Lizzie. She gave Curlilocks a hug and lifted the pie cover. "Did someone gobble my pie?" asked Aunt Lizzie. Curlilocks squeezed one eye shut, took a tiny breath, and whispered, "No." Just as she said no, her curly hair grew way bigger. Auntie Lizzie stared at Curlilocks' hair and pondered her gobbled pie. She sent Curlilocks on to Aunt Birdie's house. As she made her way to Aunt Birdie's house, Curlilocks found a curious rock. It looked like a tiny full moon. It was round and had brown dimples. She gently tucked the rock in her dream jar. The flat bottom and the dimpled top of the moon rocked remained Curlilocks of Aunt Birdie's blackberry pie. As she got closer to Aunt Birdie's blue house, she stopped to smell the blackberry pie. She thought about the sweet and tart blackberries. A small smidge would not be missed. Curlilocks reached for the pie when suddenly she heard, "Savory or sweet, the auntie loves their treat. But if you eat the pie, the aunties will ask you why." Curlilocks looked around, saw the hairbrush, and sighed. She answered, Oh, please hush, you big bad hairbrush. She nibbled a tiny piece of pie and then knocked on Auntie Birdie's door. Here's your blackberry pie, Auntie Birdie, said Curlylocks. Daddy made the whole pie just for you. Thank you, Curlylocks, said Auntie Birdie. She gave Curlylocks a hug and lifted the pie cover. Did someone nibble my pie? Asked Auntie Birdie. Curlylocks squeezed one eye shut, took a tiny breath, and whispered, No. Just as she said no, her curly hair grew way, way bigger. Auntie Birdie stared at Curlylocks' hair and pondered and nibbled pie. She sent Curlylocks to Aunt Adele's house. As she walked to Auntie Adele's yellow house, Curlylocks heard a buzzing noise. She looked up and found one sparkling pale blue dragonfly. She was flying up and down and side to side. Curlylocks caught the dragonfly with her butterfly net. She let him out of the net and he glided to the top of the pie cover. When Curlylocks shooed the dragonfly away, she could smell the pie spices. Curlylocks peeked at Auntie Adele's pie. One little taste of the crust would be yummy. She reached for the pie when suddenly she heard, Savory or sweet, the aunties love their treats, but if you eat that pie, the aunties will ask you why. Curlylocks looked around and saw the hairbrush again. She answered, Oh, please hush, you big bad hairbrush. She plucked a tiny piece from the side and then knocked on Auntie Adele's door. Here's your chicken pot pie, Auntie Adele, said Curlylocks. Daddy made the whole pie just for you. Thank you, Curlylocks, said Auntie Adele. She gave Curlylocks a hug and lifted the pie cover. Auntie Adele peeked at the pie and then at Curlylocks. Did someone pluck a piece of my pie? Asked Auntie Adele. Curlylocks squeezed one eye shut, took a tiny breath, and whispered, No. Just as she said no, her curly hair grew way, way, way bigger. Auntie Adele stared at and said, Curlylocks, telling me the truth will not get you into trouble. When you want to share, it's good to ask. Okay. Curlylocks relieved. Auntie Adele, I gobbled a piece of Auntie Lizzie's sweet potato pie, nibbled a bit from Auntie Birdie's blackberry pie, and plucked a piece of your chicken pot pie. Suddenly, her way, way, way bigger hair shrunk neatly back into place. Auntie Adele gave Curlylocks a hug, called the other aunties over for dinner. They set out a picnic and watched the dragonflies dash around while they ate sweet potato pie, blackberry pie, and savory chicken pot pie. The end. As always, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me in a read aloud. I really, really, really love reading to you guys, and I hope that you are enjoying this time as you relax and listen to Miss Coates read to you. Again, I know I said this a couple weeks ago, but if you have a favorite story or you want me to read a story, just let me know. I will definitely do my best to find it and read it for you guys. As always, I love you, I miss you, and I'll see you later.